don't believe in depression. Don't message me about depression because I don't believe in it.
Hello my friends and welcome back to Where Are They Now? In today's video, I'll be giving you the rundown on the controversial former kickboxer Andrew Tate. Let's dive in. Andrew Tate is a well-known British-American online personality and former famous kickboxer. Most recently, he's found himself at the forefront of additional online controversy from his messy beef with formerly problematic TikTok star Jake Paul. Andrew has continuously called out the YouTuber to fight on numerous occasions over the last 2 years, and the latest and greatest reports now claim that Jake is targeting their rivalry head-on, and Andrew has finally responded to this. But before we get into all that, let's rewind a bit. Andrew Tate was born in Washington, D.C. on December 14, 1986, currently making him 35 years old. Andrew's first step into popularity came about from his 2016 removal from the 17th season of the Big Brother series after a video revealed Andrew apparently mishandling a lady. Aside from Tate stating that the two acts were quote mutual, he was still eventually booted off the show. The names of his mother and father are still unknown, as well as his marital status, as Andrew seems to prefer keeping the majority of his life private. However, one thing he has not kept very quiet about is his past, which is filled to the brim with contentious issues and has garnered loads of attention to this day. His old tweets in particular seem to be the root of his more recent problems, as they certainly outlined his definition of harassment following the Harvey Weinstein essay trials. This wouldn't be the first time Andrew publicly supported the acts of essay either. He had previously issued several more tweets remarking his beliefs that essay victims should be the ones who bear the blame for their attacks. In light of these exposures, Andrew's Twitter accounts had gone under suspension on various occasions, but in 2021 the platform confirmed that Andrew supposedly created a new account to bypass his earlier suspension, which violated the social media site's policies. The account in question looked to be a part of Bugatti marketing and was later permanently removed from the app, with Twitter stating that the original verification was done by mistake. On the other side of this semi-recent beef is popular YouTuber Jake Paul. His once active Vine content landed him with an opportunity to work alongside Disney for their channel prior to the video sharing and content creating app being deleted. Jake was given the title of being the first social media star to be in Disney Channel's main cast, but despite this, his fast path to success often had Jake running into numerous issues, as he would often move on to get in loads of trouble. In the past few years, Jake has been at the core of controversies, and fairly enough given his past, people's mutual dislike for him or legitimate reasons to hate him can most definitely be deemed valid. Jake was born in Cleveland, Ohio on January 17, 1997. His fame titles are that of an actor and producer, known best for his 2016 work on Airplane Mode, his Bizarre Vark role in 2016, and being a part of music video Sins in 2015. His marriage to social media influencer Tana Mongeau has been active since July 2019. Jake is best known for not being the most sensitive when it comes to problematic issues, and has done everything from disputable YouTube videos and topics of discussion on his channel to using racial slurs heavily. He's also been exposed by his past relationships and lost more than half of his platform following, and he's only 25. Additionally, Jake is the second half of the popular sibling duo alongside his older brother Logan Paul. Now, remember when I told you about Andrew Tate's response to the prospect of a fight with Jake Paul? Here's how it pertains to what we've learned so far. Originally, the youngest brother of the Paul Bros duo had plans to call out Andrew for a match, which we later learned he did. But did you know that he had been previously beaten to the call-out by his older brother Logan, who went 8 rounds in the ring last with Floyd Mayweather. Logan has made it clear he still plans to fight Andrew, even though Jake has already insisted on targeting a fight with the controversial former world kickboxing champion. Again, Andrew exploded in mainstream popularity over the past few months due to his sexist and misogynistic views of women, which has curated quite the following on the social media creation platform TikTok. Andrew's first offer to get in the ring with Jake was appointed at $3 million. However, Logan cut right to the chase with his offer when he confirmed he'll be returning to the ring in the winter, and Andrew has not ruled out fighting again since. In comments made regarding Andrew, Logan went on to speak with a friend in a vlog where he described Andrew to be a washed up fighter who will be irrelevant by 2023 unless he takes on someone who quote made Floyd Mayweather look average. If you're not already getting the indirectness here, Logan is indeed referring to himself. Yeesh, talk about an ego. Logan's influencer boxing credits stem from his forefront media attraction from the time he took on British star KSI for 2 consecutive years between 2018 and 2019. The first match between the influencer friends was held in Manchester as a draw, and the rematch was located in Los Angeles where KSI outpointed Logan and was said to be staged as a professional bout. Nevertheless, it was actually his younger brother Jake who moved on to establish a professional career. In his time, Jake has won 5 fights in the time span of 2.5 2.5 years, wrapping up his dubs with a brutal knockout of Tyrone Woodley during their previous year's rematch. Following this, Jake was meant to enter the ring in New York next with Hasim Rahman Jr., but this match was cancelled on Jake's end a week before the fight. Both parties have disclosed the reasons why they feel the match needs to not go down, which range from weight limit disputes to fear of stepping into the ring with their opponent. Be that as it may, despite Logan beating Jake to the punch to fight Andrew initially, it seems Jake is the one Andrew is actually ready to square up with. This Mega Money boxing clash is being highly anticipated following Andrew finally directly speaking out on his opinions regarding Jake. So, it's more than safe to agree that on this list of highly prolific names in the boxing world, Andrew is at the top of Jake's list, and possibly now vice versa. In his 87 fights to date, Andrew has gone on to state that he's only taken 9 losses as a kickboxer, and his wins to his names include the apparent rib breaking of former UFC contender Luke Burnett. Drama Alert reports details how Jake was merely targeting a fight with Andrew and had plans to send him a message through Logan's podcast, but a spokesperson of Andrew denied this occurrence taking place, explaining how there have been no productive talks with Jake's team regarding a match between Jake and Andrew. The same source also detailed, quote, "We are aware that due to the rise in Andrew's popularity, it's a fight the world wants to see. However, at this moment in time, there is nothing to report. We have also become aware that Jake Paul and his team intend to call Andrew out via a collection of videos. However, as stated before, there has been no official talks regarding a fight. Andrew has also attracted a newer type of fan base of people seeking signups for his Hustlers University scheme, which persuades people to make money. Andrew first called Jake out in a 2-year-old video, offering $3 million to stage the fight when Jake was first making a name for himself in the ring. Most recently, Andrew has reiterated his desire to get Jake in the ring with him, and is uber confident he'd come out on top in that scenario. Andrew's current residency is somewhere in Romania. He spoke on the Fellows podcast back in June of this year to explain why he chose to relocate to Europe, saying, "There's something that very much angers me about the Western world. I don't feel comfortable here. I don't like the way it functions and operates. It's the most corrupt, disgusting, degrading society on earth. There's nothing left besides money and corporate agenda. I like living in countries where there's some kind of moral fiber beyond the dollar. I like living in countries where corruption is accessible for everybody." He continued his point by detailing how he gave himself the option to remain in a society where his status isn't under obligation to any of the laws he disagrees with. Andrew also briefly opened up about Jake on this podcast as well. For this, he stated, quote, "I don't dislike him. I understand him, but I want to make something clear. I would still kick the living F out of Jake Paul. I'm not some washed up UFC fighter, and I'm not smaller than him. I would beat the living ish out of him, and if he wants to fight, I'll fight him any day of the effing week." When Andrew began discussing what he assumed Jake's angle was, he mentioned he's very smart with his "I'm just a YouTuber" angle. You're a full-grown man with the best coaches in the world who has dedicated years to learning how to box. This guy's not a jackass, and the fact that he puts this spin on it is very smart. Now, that is it for today's WATN. If there are any other Hollywood hotties you'd like to see in our next rundown, please feel free to drop them down in the comments below, and don't forget to let us know what your thoughts are on today's Where Are They Now video. This was your host Michaela, who had the pleasure of delivering today's update on your favorite celebrities, and I'll see y'all in the next one.